the best thing I realized, or one of the best things I realized, and that is your identity. You need to think of yourself as someone you want to be, not as something you want to achieve. For example, you want to make $30,000 a month. You should not identify yourself as whatever you are right now and hope, I want to get this 30,000 a month. You should identify yourself as a person who makes that amount of money. If I'm talking about myself, let's look at that girl who's 14 years old, 13 years old, and she's just writing poetry and she doesn't have a book and she doesn't think she's a writer yet. If I could teach myself, my past self, I will tell her, you need to identify yourself not as someone who wants a book, but someone who's a writer, someone who's publishing books. Why? Because it feels like it's not attached to you. If I'm just someone and I want to have a book, it's not connected to me. It's just some goal, some dream, some hope that, oh, I wish I had that. But if I identify myself as a writer, as someone who's doing it all the time, who's publishing books all the time, it is part of my life. It's just a normal task. Publish a book. Simple. I learned that if you identify yourself as someone who wants to lose 5 kilograms, you will lose your motivation very quickly. It won't last long. You will be like, well, I don't have a right reason. I just want to be skinny, but I'm not. I'm usually fat. I like to eat sweets. I can never lose weight. If you identify yourself as someone who is a runner, not as someone who wants to run, but someone who's a runner, then what runners do? They get up at 6 a.m., they go for a 1 hour run, they come back, they go to the gym, whatever they do. You need to identify yourself not with the action of something you want to do or achieve, but as a person who achieves or does that. If you want to, let's say, have a good diet, you want to have a good diet, or you want to be fit. Well, if you want to be fit, you're saying to yourself that you're not yet. What you have to say instead is, I want to be, or I am a fit person. I'm a gym person. I'm a whatever runner. You're saying to yourself that I am identifying myself as a runner, as a fit person, as a person who goes to the gym. And what that does to your brain starts thinking differently. Okay, I am a runner. What runners do? And then you start acting like this. If you say, I want to run, then you're separating yourself from action and your identity. I'm here, I'm fat, I'm eating sweets, and I want to run. And here is running. When you identify yourself as I am a runner, then all of those things, good diet, good habits, start getting closer to you, because now it's part of your identity. So identity is very important. Have to believe. You need to gaslight yourself to a point that you truly believe you are a runner, even if you're 300 pounds. That's the only way you're going to change. If your identity is to think you're fat, well, you will always stay fat. Same thing with anything, with business. If you are someone who makes, let's say you do make $30,000 a month, but then you waste them in the end of the day because you like to gamble, you like to, I don't know, go out, drink, buy some toys and stuff, then you don't identify yourself as a person who has that amount of money. You think that this is you and this is this money. It's not your identity. You should feel like I'm a businessman and those money is my tool to make more money. I have this money. I can make money. Whether I have money, I don't have money, I'm a businessman. I am successful. If today I have $0 in my account and tomorrow I have 30,000, I'm successful. Today, tomorrow, it doesn't matter how much money I have. I am successful. I am identifying myself as a businessman, as a successful person. And then you ask yourself, what does businessman does? He takes care of his body, his mental health. He goes to work out, keeps himself in shape. Does he gamble or does he save money? Or maybe he invests money. Then your perspective of things starts to change. Then you're like, oh, okay, I don't want to go gamble because I'm a millionaire. I'm a businessman now. I shouldn't do that. That's my identity now. If your identity is someone who likes to gamble and you make 30,000 a month, you're just gonna end up wasting them because it's not your identity. Your identity is not someone that makes that amount of money, and that's why you don't know how to handle it. Same thing with writing. If you don't identify yourself as a writer, you're a writer, you write stuff, you publish books, then journaling will be like, oh, that's such an annoying task. Or I forgot to journal again. Man, I'm never gonna start journaling. Or I'm such a terrible, I'm terrible at writing. When you tell to yourself, I am a writer, that's your identity now. And that's the way you can follow your habits in a better way. Okay.